Well, here we are again with part 3 of our wheelie series, trusty XR80. Got a helmet mounted camera this time. Let's see if we can show what goes on in a slow wheelie from first gear, alright? So, putting the helmet on now. Always kind of a chore to buckle these things up when you got gloves on. First time. There we go. We're going to practice out in the street. Look around for cops. No cops, no cars. That sounds good. And we'll go down there. Not quite to the end of the street, but down here a little bit. To wheelie up the hill, I've always found that wheeling up the hill is a lot easier because actually the bike tends to slow down, of course, as you go up the hill. And that's a good thing, because to keep the front wheel up, sometimes it's necessary to add a little bit of throttle, and if you're not careful, you can overrun the gear in order to keep the front end up. That's just what's going to happen when you're practicing these things. That's called chasing it. So what we're going to do is start from right here, clutch it up, find the balance point, we hope, and then keep that front wheel up as we pull up our legs, got our feet on the pegs, and we're going to keep the front wheel up just by using the throttle. Remember, if it goes up too far, you start to get over the balance point, you can loop it out, so make sure you got the right foot on the back brake where you can tap it, or at least step off the bike. We won't be going very fast with this. Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, clutch it up. Here we go. There's our balance point, and we're going up the hill, regulating that front wheel height with throttle. Got a little low there, so I lean back some. There we are. And all the way up the hill. Still chasing it just a little bit. Let's try it again. As I say, wheeling up the hill is always going to be a little bit easier because the bike tends to slow down, of course, as you go up the hill. So when you add throttle, you're not adding speed because the bike will want to decelerate, of course, as it goes up the hill. You're just changing the wheel height with use of the throttle instead of adding speed. Alright, here we go. Sitting pretty far back on the seat now. Get the weight back over the rear wheel if you can. First gear, clutch it up. 1, 2, 3. There's our balance point, and pull the legs up. Here we are. Now try to gauge that front wheel height. Not so good that time. I think I'm a little bit nervous because I've got this GoPro on. Really screaming the engine. That's not good. Probably not going to hurt the engine. There's a rev limiter on these things. But it's bad form. And what you want to do is keep it at the balance point so you don't have to chase it with throttle like that. Try it again here. 1, 2, 3, clutch it up. And there's our balance point. Oh, much better this time. A little bit higher, as you can see. And here we are. The engine's not screaming. We're not really on the rev limiter and not near the red line. Still in first gear, all the way up the hill. And if you're careful, you can keep it like that all the way up the street. Try another one, see if we can have such success next time. Remember, clutch it up, find the balance point. Don't be afraid to get it right in the balance point. If you're a little low, you're going to be accelerating, trying to keep that front wheel up. That's known as chasing it. And you're not going to be very successful. If the front wheel starts going down, the best practice is to lean back if you can, but that's the thing that's going to take a good deal of practice. I think the natural tendency is to try to lift it up with the throttle, but soon you'll run out of gear, as they say. All right, here we go. First gear. 1, 2, 3. Clutch it up. There's our balance point. Bring the legs up. Beautiful. Look at that front wheel just sitting there. Gauge it against the top of the street or the horizon, whatever you have. I'm sticking my leg out for balance just a little bit. And regulate the height with throttle. Okay. And that's our wheelie tutorial for today. Hope it turned out all right. Bye.